If you're a high earning professional, especially a self-employed professional, you need to consider disability insurance. And this is particularly important if you are like a doctor, for example, or where the use of your physical body is extremely important. When you get disability insurance, it's important that you get a policy, or at least consider getting a policy that's what's called an own occupation policy, or sometimes you'll see it abbreviated as Own-occ. What this says is that you can be paid by your policy if your disability prevents you from doing your specific job, as opposed to any occupation policies or any occ. They will only pay out if you can't do any job at all. So if you think of like Social Security disability, that would be sort of like an example of any occupation, any policy, because to qualify, you can't do any work. But if you're a doctor and you slice off the tip of your finger or something crazy, and you can't perform surgery anymore, you could still probably work in another field, but that doesn't change the fact that you're no longer earning the income you were. So you want to have an any occ policy. There's also a benefit period to consider. Of course, the longer the benefit period, the more expensive the premiums are going to be. But if your disability prevents you from working for the rest of your working life, it's not going to help you very much if your policy only covers you for 5 years, for example. So consider perhaps a policy that works or covers you for your entire working age. So perhaps to age 65. Most policies will cover 60 to 70% of your income. And there's usually an elimination period. It's like 90 days, which means you've got to be disabled for at least 90 days before these policies pay out. Something also maybe I would consider is particularly if you're worried about long-term disability, is a cost of living adjustment rider. You'll pay a little bit extra, but if you're disabled for many years, it will work out in your benefit because it'll increase your policy payments for inflation.